the power of the shepherd now? Where's the power of the sheepdog now? They have no power except in acquiescence by the mass of the sheep to the perceived power that they have.
Yeah.
And we need to start seeing humanity in these terms very, very quickly. And I'll say this too, to those celebrities, some of them do, but to those celebrities who are aware of all this, right, you too, like the dark suits and like the uniforms, have got to start breaking ranks. Some are, but there's a lot more out there who have become aware and they understand to an extent what the game is. We need you to use your platform for a public platform to come out and also start talking about this.
Yeah.
Because your families and you yourselves are also the targets of these people. So we need to come together, all of us, to make the best contribution we can, and we can bring an end to this nonsense because we have the numbers to do it. Overwhelmingly, we have the numbers to do it. And so let's use that power to start to push this edifice, this what is becoming a tidal wave of control and surveillance and imposition. Let's just push it back because it's only moving at the speed it is because we're allowing it to happen.
You were talking about basically the manipulation of perception as well. I'm reminded of, for instance, the swine flu propaganda thing that was around even back in 1976, and that never played out. There's examples in the past when they've been using the same techniques, but nothing happened. You got those few who went and got the shots back then as well. But do you think it could be the same thing playing out now as well? It's only about manipulating human perception, and it actually isn't anything really going on, so to speak. I mean, it isn't chaos. It isn't lack in regards to the resources that are on this planet. I mean, we're doing good. Everything we need is right here on this planet, but we have this idea that the money's running out and everyone is, we're not going to have anything to eat and nowhere to stay and live. And it's just, I get so damn mad at it because people have to realize that it's just about manipulating the perception of the people, and that is enough at this level, and that's what I'm upset about,
Well, what happened to the SARS virus? I mean, all the media went into a frenzy about that, and then it just disappeared. But
yeah, another one.
There are two types, two versions of what I call problem, reaction, solution. Create the problem, get the reaction, do something, fear, outrage, and then offer the solution. That's one where you create a problem. But there's another, which I call no problem reaction solution, and that is purely perception. And that's what, like weapons of mass destruction in Iraq, that was a no problem reaction solution. The swine flu virus, in quotes, up to this point, has been a no problem reaction solution. But there is such gathering awareness, such gathering skepticism about this whole swine flu situation, that if they continue on the level of no problem reaction solution, then they are not going to get this max vaccination through on the scale that they want and they require as a major step on this road to global control. So I suspect that they have things in the background to increase the effect to turn it into a perceived greater problem. Because at the moment, if they don't, then the numbers that are going to say no are going to be absolutely enormous. And that we need to keep working on this right up through these next few weeks and months to make that figure as large as possible, because that's the key. If enough people say no, these people have got a big problem.
Yeah. And then you have, of course, on top of this media co-participation, millions, for instance, marched on Washington, D.C. a while back. Only a handful papers and news TV stations covered it. And that's another way they kind of manipulate our perception that, nothing is really happening, but people are getting fucking mad about this and they want to do something about it. Even if it is a peaceful march, it's good that is taking place and that people go out on the streets and just show themselves, and say something. So that's another thing that we have a problem here, all the people who are looking towards the mainstream media, obviously, to report on all these issues and to really tell us what's going on. So again, I mean, it's been said, but again, it needs to be said over and over and over again that, like, turn off the fucking TV and you know, scrap the paper and go online and find some real information. I can't believe how for instance, parents go along with vaccinating their kids without even checking up some of the basic facts about that they contain mercury, for instance. And that's another one of these things. And if I'd like to ask you something about that as well in regards to what you think is the most detrimental in regards to the vaccination. Do you think it's the live viruses that are in there, the mercury, or do you think that it could even be something else, something more that is being put into the vaccines? You mentioned nano microchips or something like that. Do you think that could be done? Do you think it is being done?
Well, I think it's definitely being done. I mean, I met a CIA scientist in 1997 who asked to meet me in America to tell me what he knew was going on in the background, because for various reasons that I talked about in my books in a number of times in the past, he couldn't, because he was in a seriously controlled situation. And one of the things that he told me in 1997 was that microchips were so small in the secret projects, which is what we now call nanotechnology, that they could be inserted through hypodermic needles in vaccination programs, and that's what they were planning to do. Now, this is 1997, so it's been in place a very long time. For me, the microchips are the most important because they give external access to all the faculties and the systems of the body. So anything goes from that point on a body computer level. But of course, other things like the mercury and the squalene, the substances they're putting into the vaccine to stimulate the immune system more powerfully for various reasons, none of which are good for humanity, by the way. They're all also extremely dangerous in terms of human health and also, you know, mental and emotional states. I mean, there have been a number of well-publicized examples of people who have had their personalities completely changed and gone into deep clinical depression with what turned out to be mercury poisoning. So all these things are together in this cocktail. You see, if you are manipulating a situation to get access to the global population, in effect, through a vaccination program, you're not just going to put one thing in there. You're going to get as much in there as you possibly can that you need to advance your agenda. You know, if people, after the massive information that's flying around now, still don't check it out, as you say, still go with the official line, even when 50% of doctors in one poll in Britain said they weren't going to have it.
Sure. Yeah, there you
go. They basically deserve what's coming to them, in effect, because they're just being completely stupid. The people that don't deserve it are the children that they're going to have done with it.
Yeah, that's right.
For me, it's a massive form of child abuse. To allow access by the state to your child's body without you checking it out is outrageous. But of course, there'll always be those people that just function on such a low level of awareness that they basically just are literally like two-legged sheep. Just whatever the authority figure says, they do, because the authority figure knows best and all the rest of it. And then just bring the sheepdog in. Oh, these are the consequences of not having the vaccine. All right, yeah, I'll have it, and all the rest of it. But enormous numbers of people now are not like that. And they're the ones that are going to make the change, not the ones that are just in, you know, Microsoft 1999 mode or something, 97 mode, whatever, and not been upgraded to any form of consciousness yet, unfortunately.
What about, you know, again, you mentioned the kind of like the insiders, people who are at the ground floor and working on implementing many of these things that we've been talking about so far. You mentioned celebrities speaking out. You have those, the black suits and the white coats, of course. Do you think that the majority of those people are stupid as well, or are they manipulated? Are they given certain information to play along with the game, or do you